I'm ready.
Okay, very warm day in Santa Barbara. We didn't want to be in the sun for too long and talk on this report. Okay, this property consists of three different buildings, 331 A&E, 928, and 930. What's the cross street?
Gutierrez.
Gutierrez, okay. So, let's start with 331. 331,
That's the Victorian.
the Victorian North Alisos. Definitely an older building. It has multiple layers of roofing, anywhere from 2 to 3 layers in areas. It appears that part of the roof on the upper level has been re-roofed in the past 7 years, I would guess. Probably, right thereabouts. But they re-roofed it over top of the old wood shingle roofing, which hasn't been legal to do since 1990. So the problem with that being is that you're nailing into an You're nailing into an older.
Teresa.
You're nailing into an older roof membrane or roof material that will not accept nails very easily, and your attachment is limited. Other layers, other areas that occurred on about 70% of the roof. On 20% of the roof is an older roof that is showing signs of deterioration, and that's on the north side of the building. North.
Which way would that be facing?
That's going to be on the corner of Gutierrez and Alisos.
Okay.
Is on that side of the building, and that roof is older and deteriorating, and also over a number of layers.
Okay.
There are 2 flat roofs on top of there. One is at the highest point, and that particular flat roof is improperly installed. Somebody patched it over top of it, and they just nailed nails right through a low-sloped roof, and there shouldn't be any exposed nails.
And where is that on the building?
Where the chimney is at the highest point.
Okay.
You'll see it in my report. And at the chimney, they rolled up, and it's not sealed up at all, and you can look right down through there. So I would believe that that area would certainly be a problem. There's a low-sloped roof over what appears to be a covered porch, and that roof is in okay condition.
This part right here?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the kitchen.
Kitchen,
Up there.
okay. The kitchen on the west side. Or is that the south side? I get confused here. No, west side.
Got it.
So that particular roof is a little bit older. It's showing signs of typical checking, which the asphalt membrane begins to crack. It doesn't appear to be leaking at this point, but there is also a satellite dish that was anchored through the roof, which is never a good idea to anchor through a flat roof with a satellite dish. Bottom line, that particular building, multiple layers. The sheathing below is going to be an older sheathing. It's really going to need to be just completely redone in the near future. I do feel that there are some areas that are actively leaking in the building. I didn't mention that there's some vent pipes, but you'll see that in my report that aren't sealed properly and not flashed at all. 930 Gutierrez Street. 930 is this building here, and
The single-story house.
The one-story house. It has 1 layer of roofing on it, and it's a 20-year fiberglass shingle. The north side is in fair condition and aging. The south side, which gets the sun, the granulation is coming off of it, and it's in poor condition. So
Any idea of age?
I would guess it's 20 years old.
Okay.
In the roof, so it's at the end of its life. The
28
928 building
with the carports.
with the carports is all a low-sloped roof. So minimal slope, 1/4 inch per foot of fall. It has been partially re-roofed on the lower elevation and part of the upper elevation. That seems to be in fair condition. The balance of the roof on the upper elevation is probably 12 to 14 years old and showing signs of checking, which means that the membrane is beginning to crack because it's older. So that particular area is going to need attention fairly quickly.
That's on top of the unit itself?
Yes, that's on top of the unit on the north side of
Right.
the unit, which faces Gutierrez Street, or
Right.
closest to Gutierrez Street.
Okay.
And there is also a laundry room that I forgot to mention that is over the Victorian, and that particular laundry room roof has shingles on it, which there's not enough slope for shingles at that particular location. So that would need to be a roll roofing and not a shingle. You need to have minimum 2 inches per foot of slope for an asphalt shingle, and that has maybe a half an inch per foot of fall.
Okay. So you'll have pictures and a report out
You'll have a
later.
complete report for you beginning of next week.
Okay. Thank you, Jack.